How are you guys doing? I am fantabulous today. It is, I think it's Wednesday today, and we are slammed at the salon, so I'll be there for most of the day. I need to leave in about 10 to 15 minutes, so I have a good solid 15 minutes and a couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about as far as the post that I just did, because it seems that a lot of us are in this same situation where we are comfortable and we don't know whether to stay or to move forward. And what's really, I guess, the biggest question is, should we move forward? Should we take that leap of faith? And really, what is stopping you, right? So what I posted earlier says, if you're too comfortable, it's time to move on. Terrified of what's next, you're on the right track. And the reason why I posted this was because I completely 100% believe in always moving forward, always growing, and never being stagnant ever. And this is kind of played out throughout my whole entire life, but specifically as soon as I left the nest, that's kind of when I was able to kind of see what I was capable of doing without having like my parents there, because they were a little strict. But there are so many instances, and I wrote down some ideas and some things that I actually personally went through where I had to pick or choose whether to stay where I was at or to really do something that was extraordinarily scary. And I always chose the scary thing, I would say like 90% of the time. So it's really important, if you want to succeed in any business or at anything, that you're constantly moving, growing, and that you're always putting forth the effort to learn more things, because a lot of us are so fearful and doubt ourselves so much that we're just sitting in like this tiny little corner thinking like, what should we do next? Like, what am I just going to stay here? Like, hopefully, you know, everything's like working fine. Why like shake things up? I like shaking shit up. I love jumping. I love shaking stuff up. I love like trying to put as many things as I can out there to see what actually sticks. And I think that it's important to do that. You have to scare the shit out of yourself. And I talk about it all the time. Aw, Deanne, you're so nice. I love you too. Yes. Hi, Angela. I'll be talking to you later. So it's super important for you to be able to recognize like where you're at and really what the goal is for you in the future. I am all about writing out goals, writing them physically out, putting them somewhere I can see constantly on the daily, and really revisiting those goals if I haven't achieved them yet on a consistent basis. So just to kind of give you like some ideas and some thoughts of, you know, how taking that leap and how moving forward in like the most scary situations have helped me, especially recently. There's like a long list, but I'm going to go over some of them. So starting my business, which all of you guys can relate to because most of you guys have a business right now. And that is the scariest thing. That's step one. You're sitting there thinking like, I have never even really like started a business. I've never, you know, been a manager maybe or something like that. In my case, thankfully, I was in sales and marketing and management and all of that stuff. So to me, it kind of came naturally to kind of sell, I guess. But starting a business was a whole nother adventure. Like I had no idea what the hell I was doing. I was just kind of like going with the flow. And if it wasn't for this one guy at a seminar who pointed me out and was like, what are you going to do? How are you starting your business? I was like, I'm going to start, you know, a spray tanning business, I think. And I think I'm going to start it in a couple of months. And he seriously put me on the spot and was like, why are you waiting a couple of months? Like, what's the problem here? Why don't you start it today? And that really is what pushed me and what really made me go get my business license literally the next day. So I think having those like little pushes here and there are really, really important, and listening and observing that and really taking that into consideration. Like, where are you? What's stopping you? The fear is what was stopping me from starting right away. You know, I didn't know what I was doing, so why would I start right now? So I ended up going to get my business license, started to get all my equipment, got everything set up, and started taking clients in the next week. So it is possible for you to be able to kind of just like let go of that fear and just hope for the best. You know, you're going to make mistakes, and that's perfectly normal. That's what everyone does. You know, we're all human and we're not perfect. I make mistakes probably on a daily basis still, and I'm okay with that, because what that is, it's just learning, it's growing, and it's just a matter of being a human being. You know, like I am definitely not perfect by any means. Vision boards are life. Yes, yes, I have so many. I am going to show them to you actually right now. Sorry, if you're like looking at my house, it's an absolute mess. But where are they? Oh, they're right here. So these are my vision boards, and this is what I do to make sure that I am on track. And I swear I was looking at these the other day, and it's crazy how much has happened within the last like 2 years. I met Luke, which is one thing, and he was like on the first board that I had. I also wanted to be on YouTube, which I've done. I wanted to save a certain amount of money, which I've done, and actually exceeded that, which is awesome. I just wanted to get back into the gym and be like healthy and all of that good stuff. So vision boards do work. I highly recommend them. They're fun, if anything. So you might as well just get your girls together and get some wine and get some visions going, because that will give you a good idea of like where you're headed and what you need to do in order to get there. If you have no idea what you're doing, if you have no set goal, there's no way that you're going to be able to achieve that goal, because you're kind of just like shooting at the hip, or shooting from the hip, I should say, and just kind of all over the place, and you don't need that in your life. You don't have time for it. You don't need that. So having a specific vision of what you want to do and where you want to be in a set amount of time is super, super important for you. Okay, cool. So another thing that I used to do a lot of the times, as far as like leaping and I guess taking risks, is when I was 18 to about 25-ish, I used to have a couple of different jobs, all in the sales industry, and basically like anytime summer rolled around, I quit. I would quit my job, and I would, of course, like have saved money and stuff like that, but I would quit because, one, I knew that I was going to get another job anyway, and that's perfectly fine, but mainly because I wanted 3 months to myself. I wanted the summer to myself. I wanted to kind of like hang out and enjoy my life and do me, I guess, in a sense. So it was really important for me to enjoy my youth that way, and that was the only way that I saw that I was going to be able to do it, because when I was working, you know, I would be in retail looking outside like, damn, like it's so nice out here. It's San Diego. Why am I not at the beach right now? This is ridiculous. So I would save up money, and every year I would quit my job for about 3 months, and I would get either rehired by the same job, or I'd find another sales job, which always worked out for me because I never got a pay cut. If anything, I've always gotten like promotions by doing that, or better pay. So I don't recommend that to like a lot of people, just because you never know what can happen. But for me personally, like I had that unwavering faith that I was going to be better off, you know. So enjoying my summer and going back and finding something that I either really liked to do or liked better or had better pay or something like that, it was always going to be beneficial for me. And it always worked, so it was good. Another leap of faith that I took was, again, quitting my job and moving to Hawaii. I sold everything. I sold everything except for my car and like bikinis and maybe a couple of shirts and shorts and that sort of thing. So when I went to Hawaii, I was not planning on working for about like 4 months, which is what happened. And I ended up getting a bartending job, even though I never bartended before. So that was my goal, though. I wanted to be a bartender. And so when I went out there, it was just like nothing but fun and games. And it was pretty damn amazing. One of the best experiences I've ever had. So I would never take that back. And even though, like, you know, it taught me a lot. One, to be a minimalist. You don't need all the shit that you have in your house. And then also, it taught me that I can do whatever I want. Like if I wanted to move to Australia, I could do it if I wanted to do it. And it really gave me like that confidence. So it was a great experience. And and trust me, it was terrifying thinking about leaving my whole entire family, all my friends, everything to go to Hawaii. But again, it led to the best experience, one of the best experiences I've ever had. So without jumping or taking that risk, I would have never been able to experience that. And I'm grateful for it every single day. Another thing was this kind of recently, actually, this last year, I got asked to speak at the ASTV Summit, which was like absolutely terrifying to me because I've never did, well, not that I never did, because I used to do it when I was like in middle school and stuff, speaking in front of large groups, and I was fine with it back then. But being that I haven't done it since like middle school or something, it was really hard to get back into it, and to think about being in front of like, I think there was 50 or 60 people there or something, and I don't know, it was just like really, really nerve-wracking for me for a good month. And then the day of, I was completely fine. Like all my nerves went away. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe it was like the universe helping me out a little bit, or just playing a really sick trick on me. But taking that leap of faith, as soon as Shauna, you know, asked me, I didn't even think about it. I just said yes, 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 yes. I'm going to go. I will speak at the event. And I had anxiety for like a good solid month, even though I I did well, so it was fine. But it was terrifying. And if I never took that leap of faith, I probably wouldn't have had the confidence to move forward and go to the next event, which is at the Four Seasons Tanning Expo. And I think there was about, again, 60 people there. And I was offering a training there. So it was pretty crazy how like these doors just kind of opened up. And, you know, you just have to take the opportunity when it is available to you, because you never know if it can come again. So if you're scared and if you're too comfortable and if you're like thinking about, okay, should I open up this business? Should I open up the salon? You know, don't think too hard about it. Obviously be smart about your decisions, but at the same time, if it's just a fear that is stopping you from doing it, really identify what those fears are and what the worst thing that can happen is, and try to move forward. I push through those fears, push through those obstacles, and try to make shit happen, because if you just stay where you're at, you are just always going to ask yourself, like, what if I did that one day? Or, you know, what if I would have changed this, or actually opened up my salon, or whatever. You could be as successful as you want as an entrepreneur. The sky is the limit. There's absolutely nothing that you cannot do. So for me personally, that's kind of what's driven me to be able to open up, you know, my business, my salon, my training facility, doing lashes and offering, you know, training on lashes and all kinds of stuff that really made me uncomfortable in the beginning. But now I am so grateful that I went through that uncomfortable stage, because now I feel like I'm flourishing and I'm, you know, successful in the sense that I'm very, very happy where I'm at. You know, there's nothing that I hate, you know, there's nothing that I'm like, oh my God, I hate working or I hate doing this. Like, I work a lot. That's probably one thing I would say that's maybe like somewhat of an issue, but without taking all of those risks, I would have never reaped these rewards that I'm having now. So it's all good stuff. Teaching moments, yes. It's so hard for me because I have such a good job. But I'm not so happy there. Yeah, that's kind of the struggle that I hear a lot, is people just saying, you know, I get paid a lot. I was making 6 figures at my last corporate job. So that was kind of hard, you know, thinking about like, damn, what am I going to do to like make this much money? But in all actuality, I wasn't even really concerned with the money at that point because I was so unhappy. So if you are really in a place that you are just like dreading work like I was, then it's probably time for you to kind of see where you should go from here and how you can get there. Everyone wants to be happy, Angela. I think that is the goal for everybody. So I think that, you know, you're on the right track. You're starting your business. You're getting there, you know, and we're going to work together to make sure that you get to that goal. Everybody wants to be happy. That is the end all goal, and we're all trying our best to get there. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I could probably go on and on and on about it, but I have a client in about 15 minutes, so I have to leave. But yes, I really like this topic, so I think I'm going to do a YouTube video on it. I think it'll help a lot of people. So don't be too scared. Just, you know, don't think too much about it. I think as women, we're like so stuck in our heads and questioning ourselves and doubting ourselves that we really miss the bigger picture. And I'm thankful that I am not so much in my head when it comes to making decisions and doing that sort of thing. Like, if you heard the story about how I opened up the salon, you would just be like, what's your deal? Like, what's wrong with you? But just to kind of give you, maybe I can give you a short version of it. I was walking my dog. I wasn't even thinking about opening up a salon because I hate thinking about being there like all day long. So we're still by appointment only, which is great because I don't have to be there all day long. But I was walking my dog down the street and I kept on seeing this place. It was 7/22, which is my birthday. And it was vacant. It was like this small little studio. I looked in there and they just looked like regular office spaces. You know, nobody was there. And I was thinking, like, that would be kind of funny if I got this place and it was 7/22 and it's my birthday. It's really, really cute and it's small. And I'm thinking, like, the location, it's going to cost an arm and a leg, so there's no way that I would be able to afford it. But what ended up happening was I gave them a call, and 3 months later, after, like, back and forth calls, because they weren't actually here, the landlords were in Arizona, we finally met up, and I heard the cost, and I was like, you know what, I can do this. Pretty sure I can do this. So I changed everything. I dropped Positively Tan, which was my first business, and renamed and rebranded everything to Slay Beauty Bar within just like maybe a month or something like that. So it was definitely something that wasn't really thought out. It was just something that just happened. And I saw the opportunity, I took it, and I was like, all right, there's no going back. And from here, I'm going to be able to grow. So we added on other services, and now we're doing a lot better than just Positively Tan, because we have other people working there, and we're offering, like, you know, waxing and eyelash extensions and all of that stuff. So it's just a matter of having faith within yourself and really being smart and strategic once you figure out what you're going to do. So don't hold back. That's my advice. When you feel it, you feel it. Exactly. I feel like, I don't know, I'm very much about signs and the universe, and like thinking about, you know, just flowing is the best way to put it. Just flowing with whatever is going on. I just flow. Like, I don't try to push things. I don't try to force things. Whatever comes into my life is coming in for a reason. Whatever leaves is leaving for a reason. And I mean, relationships, everything, relationships, friends, romantic relationships, and business stuff, clients, every type of situation that has either left or came into my life, I am so incredibly grateful for, because it was either like a lesson or something that was really, really going to benefit me long term. So definitely go by feeling, and if you're that type of person, very intuitive, I think that's great. But other than that, you definitely want to be smart about your decisions. Make sure you have money saved up before you invest, and just be smart, you know, be smart. So don't think too hard about it. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. There's 6 of you guys. I am so happy to see all of you. And let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll do a YouTube video on this. I think it's an important topic. And for those ladies who commented on that post earlier, just do it, girl. Just do it. All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.